everyone, Dan again from Pro Audio Superstore. You know, one of my biggest passions is recording music. I've been a musician for over 20 years and have spent the past 5 or 6 years learning the art of studio recording. We get a lot of requests from musicians who want to get started recording their music but don't know where or how to get started. In this video I'm going to talk specifically about computer-based home recording, the gear you need, and a few tips on getting started. You need 5 basic things to make great recordings, and they are
a computer with recording software, an audio interface, headphones and speakers, microphones or instruments, and last but not least, the talent.
I'm going to briefly talk about each of the needed components and offer a few suggestions for each. Let's start with the computer and software. Most of you already have a computer. Computers from the past 4 years or so should be sufficient. The faster your computer, the better. Dual and quad-core processors can provide a huge boost in performance, allowing for more tracks and simultaneous plugins. Having at least 1 GB of RAM will be required for most current software and hardware. Again, the more RAM your computer has, the better. Most recording software is available for both PC and Mac, but for our demonstrations we'll be using a Mac. Now, let's talk a little bit about software. There are a lot of recording software packages on the market today. Most audio interfaces will come with some sort of recording software to get you started at least. So let's take a look at a few examples.
If you are a Mac user, you already have a fantastic recording program installed on your computer. Any new Mac that was purchased in the last 6 or so years will come preloaded with a program called GarageBand. This is a great program that's been designed for beginners to get their feet wet. It has most of the tools and power that the professional programs have, just in a straightforward, easy-to-use interface. It has guitar amp simulators, so guitar players can plug their guitar right into an interface and jam with tons of different amp models and effects boxes. Or it has the recording capabilities to record a full band rehearsing or working on demos. Everything you need in one simplified program. A step up from GarageBand is Apple's Logic Studio. This is a professional-grade, fully functional digital audio workstation, or DAW. Logic allows for an unlimited number of tracks, professional effects plugins, fully automated mixing capabilities, mastering, and is compatible with just about any hardware on the market. The learning curve for a program like Logic is considerably higher than GarageBand, but is well worth the extra time spent once you understand how it works. Another fantastic program is PreSonus's new Studio One. This program is fairly new to the market. PreSonus put together a team of DAW veterans and built Studio One from the ground up. They incorporated a lot of ideas and features from many different programs and rolled them into one easy-to-use and extremely powerful software package. Studio One is available for both PC and Mac, and it is also included with any of PreSonus's audio interfaces.
An audio interface is simply the hardware you need to get the audio from your microphone or instrument into the computer. When connected, an interface handles all of the audio going in and out of the computer. On the table here, we have a few different interfaces. The biggest difference between them is the number and types of inputs they have. There are interfaces on the market with anywhere from 2 to 16 or more simultaneous inputs. They will have microphone inputs, instrument inputs, MIDI inputs, digital inputs, or a combination of these types. Interfaces will connect to the computer via USB or FireWire connections. Most small interfaces will be USB, and the larger ones will be FireWire. To get great recordings, you've got to be able to listen and hear them accurately. Having a good set of headphones or monitors is essential to getting great mixes. Consumer speakers and headphones like home theater systems, boom boxes, or earbuds are tuned and designed to sound pleasing to the ear. Studio headphones and monitors like these are designed to have a flat, accurate frequency response, meaning that they do not accentuate low or high frequencies, but rather all frequencies are as even as possible. This lets your mixes translate well to even the worst, cheapest speakers in the world. Now, headphones will be the first thing that you need. You'll need a good set of closed back over-the-ear headphones for when you lay down your vocal tracks, etc. When shopping for headphones, I've found that the $99 price point seems to be the sweet spot. There are a lot of great options on the market at that price. The Sennheiser HD280 Pros and the Shure SRH 440s are some great examples. Now, if you're really serious about getting the perfect mix, reference monitors like these Yamahas are a must. Quality monitors like these usually start at around $150 each and go up from there. There are some great products available from Yamaha, JBL, and KRK, to name a few. The most important thing to do once you've purchased a new set of monitors is to get to know them. Because they have such a flat response, if you're not used to them, they can sound kind of dull at first. So listen to some of your favorite music that you're familiar with to get a sense of how they sound. Choosing the right microphone for your application is key to getting great recordings. There are many types of microphones available, so I'm just going to briefly cover the different types. We'll dedicate a future video to choosing the right microphone for your application. Large diaphragm condenser microphones like this are great for recording. They can be used on just about any source like vocals, instruments, or percussion. They have a very flat, natural sound and are usually available in multiple pickup patterns. Small diaphragm condenser microphones like this are ideal for instrument recording. They are great for acoustic instruments like guitar and strings, overhead mics for a drum kit, and large vocal ensembles like choirs. They too have a very flat frequency response and really allow the true characteristics of your instrument to come through. Dynamic microphones like these are good for recording very loud sources like guitar amps and drums. They typically have a contoured frequency response that is specific to certain applications. For example, these microphones are best suited for low frequency instruments like a kick drum or bass guitar amplifier, whereas this mic is made specifically for miking toms on a drum kit. Or there's always the good old Shure SM58 or E835 for vocal use. The talent. This is pretty self-explanatory. This could be you or someone else you are recording. It's the most important piece of the recording chain, but yet is often the most overlooked. The most important thing to remember is you cannot make a bad recording sound better later by using EQ, compression, effects, etc. If your source sounds bad in the first place, the recording is not going to sound any better. This means making sure your guitars, instruments, and drums are all tuned properly. The vocalist doesn't have the flu when trying to sing, that sort of thing. It's always best to have a fresh set of strings on your guitar or new drum heads on your kit as well. If your source sounds its best, then you will get great recordings. Well, that should cover everything you need to get started. If you have any questions or need help choosing the right equipment for your needs, feel free to give us a call at the number on your screen and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.